Hey, well, good afternoon. We're Tuesday, April the 19th, 2011. Just sitting at the bottom of McKintry's Bluff, southeast side. Just down from the duck pond. Yeah, well, we had another little bit of a fallout event there over the weekend, interspersed all along the border here in BC and down into Washington, Montana, and outward. Yeah, actually, I don't know if the light's right. Yeah, I got plastered again. Just like 2 weeks ago. Well, one spot this time. 2 weeks ago, I got it 2 places in my body where it got through. But I don't have very good equipment here either. But the thing is well, oh fuck you, you know it. In a couple hours, you'll see the skin going red. If you got a piece of crud there that's radioactive, what it was, who knows? But part of the thing is, wash it. In this case, it was got hit with about 6 raindrops, and well, obviously one of them was hot. Especially just at the leading edge of rain, because that's generally where a lot of it precipitates out at a much greater rate. And again, it all depends, because it's a lot of different radioactive gases and particles up there, eh? In varying amounts, and kind of like buying a lottery ticket. You might get lucky, and you might not. The more lottery tickets you buy, the more unlucky you're likely to get. Yeah. Winning the lottery being not a good thing in this case, because you get hit, 2 meters over, maybe nothing will get hit. Might be one particle and not another for another 10 feet, or 2 inches away in that same airstream there might be another particle. Who knows? Be wise about it. Hopefully you've been dipping into your supply of multivitamins with trace minerals, which always have potassium iodine in it. So if you've been taking those regular, or maybe eating foods high in the potassium iodine, well, chances are your thyroid at least is already healthy and full, and not going to be so starved for potassium iodine it'll suck up the nearest stuff that comes along that happens to be cesium-123. Real nice day. Of course, it came down here because it rained out. Otherwise, had it not rained, perhaps we would have had a whole lot less. No, I can't give you averages or means or any of that stuff. I can just tell you, yeah, there was some more. That's actually not such an easy thing to try and give a meaningful figure anyhow, because maybe 100 feet away there was lots. Where your detector is, there was nothing. Lots, always still. There. Okay, well, vitamin E. Aloe vera is much better. The older leaves are the best. You just, clip an inch off or half an inch off of the older leaf and kind of pinch it over and let it seal up for the next time you need. And in my case, I don't have any aloe vera growing right now. Unfortunately, regrettably. I do have some vitamin E vitamin capsules that are like a liquid that I picked up for cheap. And they work. It's maybe not ideal, but of course, don't let it dry out and air out. Like maybe put it on once and then 12 hours later, once later. First thing, always wash yourself. If you suspect the problem, make sure it's washed off, because it's that particle, wherever it's sitting. That's the little gamma, beta, or alpha wave emitter. All three, perhaps, depends what kind of isotope it is. So think of that little microscopic dust speck. Gotta get that off, and then you've eliminated the source. Just like not tracking it in. Take your shoes off at the door. Keep your floor clean. You got good air filters in your furnace, the Kappa. Go ahead. Run them when the doors are expected to be closed, like overnight, if you want. But like I say, there's so many different compositions to this kind of fallout that, as there's actually to any sort of dirty bomb. Some of those nuclear tests that they did in the desert at ground level where they picked up the ground with them. Dirty, dirty. Not just the elements given off in the fusion process. Which, it's only fission here we're talking, but yeah, well, be wise. Bringing in food from outside, I mean, really, as I've been telling everyone, talk to your grocer. Make sure he knows his liabilities and his responsibilities. It's everyone's ass, including his. Make sure somebody has tested it properly, which is not an expensive thing. You just need to know what you're doing, and you gotta have, modern equipment is like $500. I mean, well, 6 weeks ago, yeah, till Fukushima. Now they're can't be had. In fact, anyone that has good ones should be putting them on loan into the hands of somebody that really needs it, like major produce and food shippers and stuff like that, so they can, or provide them with the service. Get in there and fucking scan all their stocks, and okay, when's your next trailer's coming in? Okay, well, we'll see you. We'll see you Thursday at noon. Then I'll come by and check your stock again before you start rolling it out. Value-added services, covering everyone's fucking ass is what it's doing. And even if it weren't about the bottom line, what about your heart? Oh fuck, man! All these people have cancer that could have got it from the food I didn't check. Which by then you're already out on the street, and probably getting charged with criminal negligence and the whole bit. Because corporations will try and download it and tie it on their minions to tie the whole process up. Because, okay, well, we're doomed. We've given ourselves the kiss of liability death. How long can we stretch it out, and how much can we rob from it in the meantime? Okay, bring in the middle management. We need some cannon fodder. The class action suit crew is after us. The common law enforcement peace officers. Yeah, so document everything. If you got something like this, even if you don't have access to a guy you can counter, you take the precautions. Could be stress, could be anything. I mean, you could have poked yourself last night, right? A cat could have bit you, or a spider. So that's not aloe vera, and washing a wound is just, normal anyhow. And you may not know what it is, but document it anyhow. So the thing is, you leave it on there, and then it starts an ulcer, right? And it kills enough cells that the body won't be able to close it up easily, unless you keep it sterile. Intermittent use of something like aloe vera. Watch for the infections, as with any wound. Be responsible. I'm just gonna give you a quickie look here. The grass is about 8 inches high now. It gets to be spring real quick here, because it is semi-desert. So it's like, all conditions say go, go, go! We got a go code on grow! There. City. Yeah. Parents have been in heat here, so Cindy there has been take charge of the hack lately. Of course, the boot, they've been cooped up in the house because of the hots that came in on the easterly winds there from Fukushima on Saturday night. Guys. Just give you guys a quick look anyhow. See, that's actually one mountain, and then another mountain in behind. That's a valley passage that used to be a block of glacial till from the last glacier that melted out. Big lake. That's where Penticton, and it went all the way up to Kelowna. It was huge. So that would be like probably about, it's probably about 100 feet deep at the dam there. The natural debris dam. And then it broke and it made our valley flatter and wider, which is common. Post-glacial rearrangements. This is actually just used as pasture. I guess it was swamp for thousands of years. Or a long time anyhow. And I'm sure it's grown fruits and vegetables in the past. But it's been pasture fallow for a while. Dave lets his cows in. Every fall after it freezes up, brings some of his cows down from the highlands where he lives. Let's taste the guy I rent off of. I haven't mentioned him before. Well, we'll just see. And then again, here we'll just showing everyone lots. I'll show again that there is the duck pond. And behind them bushes, which of course they're there because there's water there. And then there's a dug trench all the way here. In the spring there is artesian feed on that duck pond. That's why it's there. It's an artesian fed. Very slow moving and quite stagnant, but it supports lots of life the way it is. It is a wildlife preserve even though it's on private land. So you couldn't actually do anything to disturb it. Technically, even if something, you're not even allowed to save it from natural disturbance, but that's the road back around on the other side of this here hill. That's where Oliver Dog Base is, where the bus is parked. Real Canadian Democracy bus. And there are some pretty big sunspots now. 1193 is quite big. Starting to stable off though, but you never know what's still coming up from underneath the gravity well. Yeah. Well, I guess we're heading out. Hey, where are you heading out, Bear? Come on back up here. It's been decided. Come on, guys. So we're actually sort of trespassing, but not unwarranted. Just wanted to grab a couple of grass samples. Like I said, my equipment isn't very good for detection. It's some kind of homemade dosimeter. But maybe I'll show you sometime.